to those policies at all, even though they help everybody that needs to be helped the most? Or on some level, is it appropriate to say, hey, I actually just support this universal policy, and I'm going to go to a white area and say, this policy helps you. I'm going to go to a black area and say, this policy helps you, but not necessarily frame and design every policy so that it is the American plan to disproportionately benefit Black people by getting them a $15 minimum wage. And actually,
every policy.
So is this her pushing against the Black agenda? So are we asking for this? I'm just asking because I'm out of the loop. Are we asking for this? So I thought we were asking for reparations. We'd like a new streamlined version of affirmative action. Y'all can have affirmative action. That shit's dead because that shit's gone to white women and people of color. We want a box, like Mud said, we want a Black American descendant of chattel slavery box. And after that, the next box should just be American. And I know Mud said he don't care, but the Native Americans should have a box too, because they're technically sovereign and they're their own country. So they should technically have their own box. So there should be 3 boxes. And then a 4th box should be non-citizen, right? That's it. There should be 4 boxes. That's it. I like that, Mud, right? 4 boxes is good, right? So you should be in one of those 4 boxes. So the Black Americans who descend from chattel slavery, they should get specific set-asides, i.e. jobs, grants for housing, grants for starting businesses. We should get 20% of all government contracts off top. And then after that, shit should go to Americans and Native Americans. And then whatever goes to non-citizens is what goes to non-citizens. And y'all can be mad at me for all you want to, but citizenship has to count for something, because I cannot go to Mexico and demand shit as an illegal immigrant. That's it. I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all talking about yourselves undocumented. But if I go to Mexico and I become an illegal immigrant, they will lock my Black ass up, and then they will deport my Black ass and tell me not to come the fuck back to their country. But yeah, I love that 4 boxes. That's it. So that's what it should be. So what you talking about, Bri, all this, every single policy, we don't want every single policy we don't want Medicare for all to have a specific carve out for Black people. We don't care about that shit. Just make that shit universal. We don't care about that shit. Like, we want reparations. We want a new version of affirmative action just for Black Americans who descend from chattel slavery, period. And we want set aside specifically for us, but we don't need every fucking policy for you to have a specific carve out. When you do the Green New Deal, yeah, we want specific set asides within the Green New Deal. They're called earmarks, babe. Why are we pretending like there aren't earmarks in all these goddamn bills? You start reading these motherfuckers, there's all some bullshit in it. Am I wrong, Mud?
No, you're not wrong.
Go ahead, please. No, please go ahead.
Nah, I just think it's completely disingenuous to say like we want that in every policy when they haven't even offered one policy like that. So what the fuck are they talking about? Like it's ridiculous. Like if you have it would be one thing if you had a few policies and we were like, no, that's not enough. You need to make sure that's not what anyone is saying. We're saying that you're not doing shit for us. So we need you to be specific about what the fuck you're going to do for us. And that's basically it. But they're playing games.
Beyond. I'm glad you said disingenuous, because that's exactly where I was going with it. Beyond disingenuous. Because like I said, the thing is, this is a straw man, right? So she is a lawyer. So she knows that she's throwing up a straw man argument, because these are not the arguments that Black Americans who are actually doing the work on the ground and the actual Black academics who are economists, they're not talking about this like this. Maybe random dumb motherfuckers who just have random, history degrees and shit like that are talking about it. But we're not talking about you're just making shit up. And then you end up riling up people because they feel like, well, why should they get something in every policy and da-da-da-da-da? Like, listen, this is a bunch of bullshit. It's a straw man and I'm over it. Y'all got anything before I play the rest of this? You got anything, John?
Yeah, all right. I don't think those policies, they won't even They won't even do no carve-outs because the carve-outs they're going to do in the policy is going to be some POC bullshit. Like, I know what they're going to do. Like, you already know what they're going to do. If they do it and they're not going to do it, she's just, this is straight up, she pushing straight up hardcore class reduction. They doubling down on this shit.
They really are.
Man. This is sad,
just in time for 2022, and they're going to get slaughtered in the midterms. They're going to get slaughtered.
You better do your hoodoo, bro. What's up? Yo, Sam, do some hoodoo.
I don't have to do no hoodoo. I don't have to do no hoodoo. That shit is written in the stars. That shit is written in the stars already. The blood has already been spilled. That shit's running in the streets and in the rivers already. It just ain't made it to the White House yet. Like 2022, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like they're gonna lose massive seats. Blue seats, it's gonna be a blue bloodbath. Just blue blood everywhere.
Right.
And I hope the progressives get it the worst.
I hope so too. I hope the squad metaphorically gets their Achilles heels cut.
Listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race.
What?
Put them back on the grill again, we grilling them. Put them back on the grill again, we grilling them. Put them back on the grill again, we grilling them. Back on the grill again, we grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake. Lineage go back to U.S. Southern plantations. Lineage, Jim Crow and mass incarceration. Redlining lynchings. We are old from this nation. You're not about justice if you ain't for reparations. MG the wise one, cousin mother intellectual. Samantha bringing fire, anti-black, we pressing you. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. The backbone of the country to win. You need our energy. You gon' see. Listening to Reset Race. You now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, Today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.